Hey guys, so it is like maybe 1:30 in the morning, and I am up with little Santana, and I decided to come on and do a video, and this is a kind of video that I never did before. Um, it's gonna be like just raw, you know. It's gonna tell everything that everybody was wondering about me for these past couple of days, and excuse me if I sound kind of funny. I am drunk, and I'll talk about that too in this video. I'm just going to talk about everything. Excuse the run. I'll talk about that too. Um, but like I said, I have little Santana, and I guess he feels my emotions because he just won't go to sleep. But I'm kind of happy because at least I have him up with me. And yeah, so like I said, this is not a regular kind of video. I hope y'all can see me really good. So anyway, like I said, don't look at the dirty room. I was trying to clean it, but then I just gave up. It's going to be a 2-day kind of thing. So I'm going to change this little diaper and just talk with y'all. I am on my desktop. I have an Apple desktop, and I'm using the camera from that. So I might look a little dark. He might look a little fuzzy, but it is what it is. All right, so like I said, I'm going to touch base on everything that y'all probably was wondering about me in these past couple of months or maybe even a year. Um, y'all know I left not too long ago, and I left for a long period of time, and I left without even, letting y'all know why or that I was leaving. No warning. I just left. And I did that for a number of reasons. Some of them was good, some of them was bad, but it started out for good reasons. Um, I'm just gonna put on his little Joey diaper. It is a girly one, but I couldn't find the boy ones, and I can't keep going out and in the room because this stupid door make noise, and I don't want Daddy to know that I'm still up at this time. Um, and I'm gonna explain why that too. Everything is gonna come into fit in place after I explain, and then y'all will understand why I left and even why I'm drunk right now. Like I said, it's 1 something in the morning. Daddy don't even know that I was drinking wine. Let me tell you, being sneaky is a lot to do. You have to really like plan it out and everything. And I guess the reason why I was being sneaky is because I just don't want to hear his mouth. I was, y'all all know that I went to rehab, so I'm not even supposed to be drinking. But I have good reason. It's never a good reason to do that if you have a drinking problem. Let me rephrase that. But y'all will understand, after I tell you. I might start crying. This is not a kind of video where I want you to feel bad for me. It's just I need to talk. And I really don't have nobody else to really talk to. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to talk to everybody. So anyway, first let me show y'all this right here. I bought some clothes from Target. I think this their new line is called Cloud Allen. These are little booties, hand mitts, onesies, stripe, all white, and then the gray. And they the kind that snap on the side. Y'all know I like those. And I bought the gown to go with. And the muslin blankets. So I had bought this not for my dolls, but for somebody else. Um, and I guess it didn't work out, so I decided to put it on Little Santana. Um, all right, let me start from the beginning. Not too long ago, I left YouTube because, first of all, it was getting too cunty. I might curse, so this is not for little kids to watch. I hope y'all not watching this if you under 18, because of the context and what might come out my mouth. And but if you are, I'm sorry, But one day you might go through this, so maybe you'll learn something from this. I don't know, but if you're watching this, I did warn you. Um, yeah, like I said, I left because I was just tired of the drama. I was tired of people fake, people just competition, people who was playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it was just a whole lot of reasons why. It was just very cunty. So I just didn't want no parts of that. And it was like every time you make a video, you scared to make one because the little trolls will come out and start talking about you. Well, not you like directly, but about like it like not like right then and there, but they'll do it like kind of secretive kind of way. Don't say your name, don't say everything about it, but they'll throw little daggers at you behind your back. So I just like what, um, that's it. And one way I could tell y'all about, and I'm not going to put no names in it, but I was selling a doll. I think this was the final straw. I was selling a doll, and y'all know me. I try to be as honest as possible. So I told people who was interested why I was selling it. And somebody went back and told the artist, like if I was talking about that artist. So therefore, that artist didn't want to have nothing else to do with me, and like I got blackballed, and I was really hurt because I didn't do it to be malicious. I was just doing it to tell the potential new mommies, why? Because everybody was like, "Why are you selling them? You just got them," everything like that. So I was just being honest, and I don't know what happened. It got mixed up when it got back to the artist. It made it seem like I was like down in that artist. It was just that particular baby wasn't for me. It wasn't the artist's work. It was just that I didn't like it. I didn't like, certain things about it. But I never bashed the artist. But of course, it's like telephone, the game telephone. You say something, pass it on. By the time it get back to you, it's a whole nother story. Well, basically, that's what happened. But I think they did it. The people did it, to be malicious. So that hurted me, and it kind of made me question myself. Like I tried to be, a good person. I tried to be honest, and with me being honest, I got screwed. So that really, really kind of put the nail in the coffin. But also, I left because I didn't want to be stressed because me and my fiance was going to try to have a baby. So, when you do that, you got to just be in the right place. You got to be, away from stress, because it takes a lot, especially when you start getting older. It's not like how it was when you was younger. You just have unprotected sex and then boom, you're pregnant. It takes more for me because I'm 41, and at the time I think I was 40. So I said, you know what? Let me stay away so I don't start getting stressed so I could concentrate on making my baby. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I left. So we started trying. Um, we did the IVF because I had issues. I didn't know I had issues because I have a son already, but yeah, I did. So basically, um, I had to do the IVF. Sorry, guys. So it was going good. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy. You know, you put your body through a lot. Um, it probably was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. And but I really wanted the baby, so it was worth it. It was worth all the shots, gaining weight, the emotional stuff that goes with the medicine they had me on. It was worth it because I knew at the end it was going to be, you know, something good coming out of it. So I went through it. So we thought it was going to work the first time, and thank God me and hubby got good insurance, both of us. So we ain't like how some of the other people who was with us at that time, they had to pay for it out their pockets. And that stuff is very expensive. Ladies, it was like 20 something $1,000. And you're not even guaranteed that it's gonna work. So thank God for that we had good health insurance. So we went through it and we got all the way to the point where um, I produced eggs, and we was just waiting for the eggs to grow. And then out of nowhere, the eggs started dying, and it wasn't like one at a time. All of them died at once. And some people may think, oh, they just eggs. You wasn't pregnant. You know, it wasn't in your belly. I still felt like it was a miscarriage. I truly felt like I lost my babies, you know, because they were mine. And I wanted them. And I just went through a lot after that. So, needless to say, um, I was upset, and you know, I started withdrawing, you know, and stuff. But hubby was good, you know. He told me we're gonna try something else. We got something else, and he was really good. So we decided once we found out that my eggs just wasn't good, we decided to do donor eggs. So that took a couple of more months, but we found the right donor. And a lot of people ask me, how did you know that girl was the right one? Because they show you pictures, they don't let you take the pictures home. They give you a bio, and you read up on them, and you don't even know if they telling the truth. You know, they might be telling you what you want to hear. How you know they really know how to play the piano, and that you know they got a good relationship with their parents, or even that they really in college. You don't know, but people ask me, how did I pick the donor that I did pick? And I don't know. You know, we had a lot of different donors from different egg donor places. And, you know, hubby, he's really good at, you know, investigating, researching. Me, I'm more emotional. You know, we both wanted somebody who had, you know, talent, play an instrument, maybe, you know, sports, you know, good, you know, good. But I also, that wasn't it. It wasn't about the looks. I knew when I knew when it was going to be the right donor. So I didn't like hardly none of them, and it was for different reasons. I just didn't feel it. You know, this is a very important thing. You know, and it's kind of freaky because it's like buying a pair of shoes. It's like you out actually shopping around for a baby. So it was kind of creepy, you know, and whatever. But I knew when that was going to be the right donor. So basically, we was down to one last donor, and as soon as we saw, I know I didn't read her bio. Hubby did, I didn't. So little boy has a bad stomach. He has Pedialyte. I'm going to give him some Pedialyte. So anyway, um, it was just when I seen the picture, I just felt it because hubby, he was all about the donor being smart, you know, play an instrument, you know, have some kind of talent, you know, that kind of stuff. But for me, I knew that they could be lying saying all of that. So I basically just was, I wanted that baby, I mean, that donor to be, you know, outgoing. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, I mean like kind of like how I am. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell that you can't lie about that. You know, you can't, fake that. And I know I never met her, but through the pictures you could see. And at that time, most, because I think she was 20 something years old, most 20 something years old people is outgoing. But it was like I knew what I wanted. I didn't want a stick in the mud. I'd rather have a person that was outgoing instead of a person who knows how to play the piano. So when they showed us the picture of the girl, it was a real grainy baby picture, and then it was all the rest of the pictures was of her now being grown. And I was looking. I remember the first picture I looked at. She was, I guess, on spring break, and she had on a two-piece bathing suit, and she was posing, but she had a tattoo, and it wasn't a small tattoo, guys. It was a tattoo on the inside of her arm. So me having a lot of tattoos, it hurts in certain places more than others. So in that area, I know it's real tender. So when I saw that, that kind of sealed the deal. That's actually what made me, you know, pick her. It was the tattoo because me and hubby both we're into the tattoos and stuff like that as well. And also, I seen another picture of her. She must have been going to a club or a party, but she had a white friend, and that was like another reason why I picked her because she was social. You know what I'm saying, and not with her own kind. She was social with another race. To the point where you go into a club with them, and you could tell they was close because they was hugging, and not a fake hug. You could tell when somebody care about somebody or they're close to somebody by their body language. So that right there really sealed the deal for me. So I told everybody who asked me how did I pick her, that was how. It wasn't her bio. It wasn't how she looked. Um, because she was light skinned. She wasn't my color, and everybody was like, well, why you didn't get a person who have at least your features? So, but I didn't care about that. They said that because obviously Louis is white and the donor, she was high yellow, very light skinned. So the baby probably would have came out very light. Versus if I would have had the baby, it would have came out with a little bit more color, maybe. But I didn't care about that. I knew when I seen her, I knew when I was gonna want her, not her. I just knew I would feel it when the right donor came along. And so we told the psychiatrist, because you gotta see a psychiatrist, you gotta go through a lot. But I told her that's the one. So everything was going good. It's very expensive. My insurance don't pay for that. Um, you know, getting a donor. So you got to come out of your pockets with that. But hubby and I didn't really care. We're not rich by no means, but we have, we're okay. So, and I felt like if I could spend $5,000 on a doll, I could spend, a little bit more on something that I really want. So we did it. Everything was going good. The eggs got inseminated, fertilized, and they put it inside of me, and I got pregnant. I never forget when it happened. Um, when that happens, you buy a whole lot of pregnancy tests because even though they tell you don't check, I did. I checked every day, and of course, early in the pregnancy, the home test couldn't show because it was too early. But it was, um, Tuesday, the wait, first, the third, April 3rd, and I went to the supermarket. I talked to one of my very close friends, and I ate. So it was like 12:30, and then I had to pee. So I went and got the test so I could pee on the strip. And I'm sitting in the bathroom. I'm waiting. And after 3 minutes, I looked. I was pregnant. Oh my gosh. It was the best feeling in the world, guys. I cannot explain the feeling that I had because even though they plant the embryo in you, and so, they put it in the right spot, they don't know if your body is going to accept it. Anything can happen. So the mere fact that I was pregnant shows that my body can have a baby, even though it's with somebody else's egg. So I was so happy, guys. I took pictures of it, of the test, and Louis told me, don't tell nobody. But I did tell his two nieces. One of them is pregnant right now. So it felt good to have something to share with somebody else. So, because I was jealous. I'm not going to lie. I told y'all this video is going to be raw. When I found out I couldn't produce my own eggs, um, and the only other option was donor eggs, it was $20,000 for that. And I didn't know if we would be able to finagle getting $20,000. And you have to have the whole 20,000. So I just thought it wasn't it wasn't for me. So when I found out Louis' niece was pregnant, I'm not gonna lie, I was so jealous. I don't know why, because I love that little girl, but I was so jealous. I wanted that to be me. My little sister have a baby, and she's not the best of mothers. I really wish she could be better, but not everybody is good at being moms. But she make me mad every time she act up because she's so lucky that she has a child and she's able to. Just think that some people, take advantage because of the fact they're able to make a baby. And Louis' niece is not like that, but I just felt like I wanted that to be me. So it took me a long time to say congratulations to her, and I felt really bad, but that's just how I felt. I didn't want her. Not saying I didn't want her to be pregnant. I was just, I don't know. I was just messed up. So, so that's why I told her, and she was so happy. But I made her promise not to tell nobody. And then I told his other niece because you can't tell one without telling the other. So those two and my son was the only people that knew. So I told them. I sent a picture to Louis, of course, and we was just happy. Um, Louis is the kind of guy where I say he's a pessimist. He's saying no, he just don't get too happy about things until it's a sure thing. So the whole time we was waiting to find out if I was pregnant, I was excited right away. He didn't want to talk about it. Every time I got too excited, he was like, don't get too excited. Don't do that. Because the first time when my eggs died, I took it really hard. So he didn't want me to go through that again. So, of course, when we finally seen that I was pregnant, he was happy. You could tell his attitude about the whole baby thing changed. He let himself be just a little bit happy, and a little bit optimistic. So it was just a wonderful feeling. So now that was on Tuesday. Wednesday, of course, I still kept testing. I was still pregnant on Wednesday because they say that anything can happen. So my appointment to get the blood test was Wednesday. And when I went, I tested 4 o'clock in the morning before I went to get the blood test. And the two lines were still there. So when we got there, they did the blood work. and it came up that I wasn't pregnant. I thought at first that they might be wrong, and of course, I started Googling, but the girl was very, sympathetic. She said, okay, well, don't stop the hormones, go to another lab and get tested again. So that's what I did. That Thursday morning, me and Louie got up, which is today, and went. Um, and the test came back that I wasn't pregnant. So my second opinion um, confirmed it, that I wasn't. So I was like, how can I be pregnant? I didn't do nothing. How could I be pregnant and then at 4 in the morning and at 7 I'm not? They said it's called chemical pregnancy, where in the very beginning the baby just detached. I didn't get no bleeding, no cramps, no nothing. And they say I don't because I was on so much hormones. It was, it is the hardest thing for me, and of course, I withdrew, and I just feel empty and scared and defeated. I'm not mad at God. I read on a lot of blogs where people said they was mad at God. I'm not. I'm not mad at God. I'm more mad at my body. I feel like I let Louis down. I let myself down. It's just, you know, what did I do wrong? Because I felt like once that egg was in me, once that embryo was in me, I was supposed to protect it. And I felt like something went wrong. And nobody could tell me different. I know y'all probably going to say in the comments, oh, don't feel that way. And I know in my heart I shouldn't because I didn't do nothing wrong. I was sitting there Tuesday. I braided my hair and I was eating good. I was laying up watching TV because I'm on vacation. So I know I didn't do nothing. I mean, I just was laying and chilling in the house. So it just, I know it ain't my fault, but I feel like I'm mad at my body, and they call it a chemical pregnancy because it's so early. I was only 4 weeks, but I don't like that word because it sounds so, how can I put it? It sounds so doctorish, you know. It was a miscarriage. And, excuse me, guys. It's still hard for me to believe that I'm not. Even now, when I took, even though I had two negatives, I took another pregnancy test with the urine, and it still shows that I am because the hormones is still in me, and that's even worse because I keep holding out like, well, maybe I am. It hurts, and Louis was trying to be helpful, but I don't know if I was pushing him away, but I just he Louis is the kind of person where he's a protector. He tries to make sure you always okay. If something is wrong, he tries to fix it, and he take pride fixing things for you. And this is one thing he couldn't fix. He hate to see me cry, and I couldn't help but to cry. And he was mad that I was crying, and he kept telling me you have to stop. But then that made me cry more because I felt like, don't tell me that. I have no control over my body, but I have control over my emotions. Let me cry, and then um, like I was picking every time he tried to help me, he didn't know what to say. So any little thing he said that I felt offended with or that it was insensitive, I took it extra hard, you know. And so when he was like, you gotta let it go or get through it, that made me so mad because you can't get through it. How can you expect tell me how? You don't think I want to get through it? You think I want to be in the bathroom crying? You know, you think I want you to be upset because you can't help me? You think I want to feel this? Tell me how. Just tell me how so I can do it. I'm willing to do it, but you have to tell me how to not feel. So I just felt like, okay, just so that he, you know, because I know he was upset, but him being a man, he has to not be upset, and I know that's hard because it was his baby too. So I said to myself, okay, let me pretend, let me push it down, let me try to act like this never happened. And even though that's not healthy, I needed to do that for him, you know. So later on, I went to my friend's house, the one I told you about that I was talking to, while I was home. And as soon as she opened her door, I just started crying because that was one person that I knew that I could cry with because if she knew it would have been okay. I know she would have not told me don't cry, because you gotta let me go through my emotions, whatever way it is for however long. And so I cried. She let me cry. I blamed myself. She let me blame myself. And when I finished all of that, then she told me, don't blame yourself. And then she just let me be the one to change the topic because I couldn't stay there for too long. But um, I didn't want the whole 45 minutes to be depressing. So I think the last 15 minutes, I chose to change the subject. And she let me. She didn't, she let me change it. And I felt okay with it. I felt okay to not talk about it and not talk about it because I chose not to. I didn't want to leave her, but I had to. And I just felt good with her. And my mom and me don't have a very good, typical mommy and daughter relationship. We have the other typical mommy and daughter relationship where we fight a lot. I respect my mother and I love her, but it's a different kind of relationship. And so I never even told my mother. But Queenie, my friend, she's like my second mother. She's an older woman. So I felt good. She was the only woman that I talked to about this. So she just made me feel good. And so now I'm here, um, telling y'all all my little business. But I need to get this out. I think I have to say it out loud so I can heal, you know. So get into these clothes. I remember waiting because you got to wait 2 weeks to find out if you're pregnant with the blood test, and I just knew I was. I knew it. I felt it. So I was at Target to buy something else, but we go into the baby section partly because of the dolls, but this time it was different. It wasn't because of the doll. It was because I had a baby in my belly, and when I seen these clothes, it was different picking it out. It took me a long time to pick out stuff like this because usually with the dolls, you still it's choosy, but I was more choosy because it was for my baby. And I remember Louis telling me, don't go buying nothing because the last time when we had the failed IVF, I had bought only one thing. It was a pillow. It was a little lamb pillow, and I bought it. And it's always that superstition. Don't buy nothing for the baby till after the first trimester. So this time he told me don't, but I did. But I had to hide it, so I hid it. But then I wanted to share it with him because I know our baby would have looked perfect in it. So I showed him, and he was like, "I told you not to buy nothing," but he was okay with it because he know how I am. So that's how I got this. So I wanted to share this with you guys because this is what my baby would have worn. And I started buying not maternity clothes, but clothes in bigger sizes. And it's gone now. I just feel like I have nothing. I won't say that I have nothing to live for because I do. I have my son, I have my fiance, I have family, but I just feel like I have nothing to look forward to right now. I feel empty. I can actually feel that the baby is gone. I used to eat a lot, and it was from the hormones, but it's still, I was eating. Now I don't feel that way. I was peeing a lot. Now I don't pee as much. It's surprising how you notice every little thing when you're pregnant. So, well, this video long, right, guys? I'm sorry, but um, yeah. So the room, I tried to stay busy, so I started cleaning up the room, but I stopped. Um, when I went out to my friend's house, I snuck and bought a bottle of wine, and I hid it. So I just needed to go numb for a while, and hubby probably wouldn't have been that mad, but I didn't hide it from him. I think I hid it from myself, and I know that sounds funny and crazy, but I think I accepted what I was doing because I made it seem like it was bad. So I think I hid it really for my purpose. But I ain't gonna lie, guys, that wine tastes so good. And I know I'm not gonna keep on drinking it, but I need to not feel. I need to be able to go to sleep sometime tonight. And that's why I'm not going to get the boppy and, certain things out the room because hubby gonna hear me and then he's gonna know that I didn't go to sleep. And he's not gonna yell, but he's gonna say, "Come on, baby, you have to go to sleep." And I know I can't. And the worst thing in the world is laying up in the bed, not being able to sleep. So, but I know y'all probably thinking like, well, how he don't know you're not in the bed with him, because he got to work tomorrow, and so he went to bed early. I told him I'll be in the bed by 11, and I think that was like 2-3 hours ago. By then, he already fell asleep. But if I keep moving around, he'll hear me. So, that's why I was in here. I wanted to get the Bobby. I forgot it, so now I had to plop the baby up on my bags, and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, a lot of shit fucking happened to me in these past 6-7 months, and uh, I don't know how to get through this. I'm okay now, but little things will make me remember, and then I'll be wanting to cry, but I can't keep crying. I have to start healing. It's okay to mourn, but then you got to start the healing process. The doctor told me that the baby, um, you know, didn't implant. My body rejected it because it wasn't a valuable. embryo. So it's better for it to happen now than later, you know. So I understand that, and I guess it's some kind of cruel way. You got to thank God for that. But right now, I'm not at that point. So, yeah, guys, I just wanted to share. Like I said, this is a different kind of video. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, but um, yeah. So, guys, I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't want that. You know, I don't know what I want. You know, I know everybody is going to say it's going to be okay because that's what you do. But that's not why I made this video. I know it's going to be okay. I have a lot of support, you know, so I'm not looking for it by making this video. I really don't know why I made this video. But okay, guys, I'm out.